Good morning, Rider fans. We are coming to you today from Waterloo, Iowa for another Cowbell Cup matchup. We are at about 10:08 right now. So in a few minutes, the teams will be joining us on the ice and we'll be getting going. Until then, we'll leave you guys with some nice background music. Good morning, Rider fans. We're coming to you today from Waterloo, Iowa during the warm-up period for your Cedar Rapids Roughriders and your Waterloo Blackhawks. Starting in net today for your Roughriders is Iris Erickson. She is rocking her very shiny black pants, blocker glove, and has a white helmet with a few decals on it. Waterloo is coming to us today in their white jerseys. Their goalie has a set of black pads and blocker and glove as well, along with a white helmet. This is the second of three Cowbell Cup matchups between these three teams. The final one will be out in Dubuque in a few weeks. Teams are going to start collecting the pucks, and we're going to get going today. All right, there is the end of your warm-up period. Gonna wait for the pucks to clean up, and then we'll be able to see our starting lineups for today. Players are clearly excited to be here, as well as the fans in the arena. They've got some rockin' music going, and we also have the USHL Waterloo Blackhawks viewing from the upper deck, as this is their normal morning skate time. So they're up there playing a little bit of sewer ball and watching undoubtedly some of their billet brothers. Officials are making sure that the nets are all set, and we are just about ready to get going. All right, starting for your riders today, looks like we are going to have Gavin Sebring centering Ellis Palmer and Breck Johnson. Oh, nope, we have Jack Kettleson centering Ellis and Breck. On D, we have David Elliott and Gavin Sebring. Face-off is 1 to your riders. So Waterloo is able to knock it off of their sticks. And now we're a little bit stuck in the neutral zone. Waterloo bounces it into the defensive zone. For your riders, DJ tries to pass it up, but bounces off of the skate up to Ellis Palmer. Ellis trying to get it into the zone, but off of a stick. Now it's a race between DJ and a Waterloo player. Trying to get the puck behind the net now. Coming out of it is Gavin Sebring. Gavin trying to start off the breakout over to Ellis Palmer. Ellis with the puck. Passes it over to Jack Kettleson. Gets it deeper into the zone. Jack, it tries to shoulder off the player, but ends up canceling each other out. Breck tries to get the puck. Breck's got it again, going into the zone. Tries to pass across to Ellis Palmer. Doesn't quite connect. Waterloo's able to get it up and out of the zone to Maverick Rasmussen. Maverick dumps it back in. Player now in on the forecheck. Waterloo dumps it out to center ice, and we have an icing. This is the first of two running time periods. Third period will be stop clock. So now we have Clara Donkeys centering Corbin Zek and Liam Smith with Maverick and George on defense. Face-off is won by Waterloo. They're having a little trouble getting it out of the zone, though. Able to get it out now. Riders back checking very well so far. Corbin's able to steal the puck. Tries to get it up and out of the zone. But no luck right now. Waterloo able to now bring it back in. Corbin with the back check. George trying to steal the puck. Puck out and stolen by Clara. Knocked off of her stick, but got it out of the zone to Liam. Liam up to Corbin. Off of his stick into the corner. Corbin first to it, tries to center it. ends up off of the net and back out to the side. Pass out to the point that Gavin Sebring was able to knock off of the stick. Waterloo able to now bring it in. DJ deked around at the line. Able to stop the play though. No penalty call. Puck back across. Off of Iris's pad into the corner. DJ passes it up to Corbin. Corbin with the puck coming into the zone with Liam. We have a 2-on-3 situation. Corbin took a little too long to shoot. Able to get a weak shot. Off of the goalie's pads into the corner. Jackson Jordan with the puck. Stolen by a Waterloo player coming back out of the zone. Pass comes across to the other side. George Lanyo keeping an eye on the puck in the corner. Tries to pass it out, but George is able to steal it. Knocked off of George's stick. Now off to Maverick Rasmussen in front of that. Knocks it out of the zone. Back to Waterloo. Jackson Hunt in pursuit. Knocked it over to the other side. Pass back into the zone from Waterloo. Jackson Hunt in hot forechecking pursuit. Puck back out to the point. Knocked off of his stick. Pucks him out in front. Tries to get it across. Covered by Iris Erickson. And we're going to have a face-off over to the glove side of your Rough Riders goalie. The Kettleson line is out there along with Sebring and Elliott. Face-off is one back to your Riders. Kevin Sebring's got it behind the net. Takes it around trying to get some speed. Passes it up off the boards. Misses Jackson Baker. Jack Kettleson in hot pursuit. Wyatt Monty in pursuit. DJ now over to turn off the puck. Got wedged off and canceled out. Gavin knocks it up to DJ. DJ leading the rush up. Knocked off of DJ's stick as there was a little bit of confusion. DJ still pressuring hard. Able to knock it off, but owing down though. A lot of swinging at the puck right now. Gavin Sebring in hot pursuit. Able to knock the puck off the stick of a Waterloo player. Waterloo's coming back in. Coming around the net. DJ's able to break up the play. DJ able to knock it up and out of the zone. Up to Jack Kettleson. Jack Kettleson bringing it in 1-on-3. Nice move around one player. Off of the goalie and in. Goal Riders. Should be goal from Kettleson. Assist from Elliott. And we got our first goal of the game. Your Riders are up 1-0 on the Waterloo Blackhawks. Last time that these two played, this is how that game started as well. So we'll see if the Riders are able to tighten things up on defense a little bit tighter than they were last time around. It's the face-off being taken by the Donkey line along with Palmer and Johnson. Face-off down. It is controlled by your Riders. Off of the stick over to Waterloo. Into the defensive zone. Stick knocked off of puck knocked off of player's stick. Waterloo's trying to bring it in off of the post. Maverick able to clear it out of the zone. Player now able to forecheck hard. Player forechecking. Maverick Rasmussen is able to cancel out the play. Ellis Palmer in to retrieve the puck. Up to Maverick. Maverick fell down. Knocked off of his stick. George over to try to cover. Puck over to Ellis Palmer. Off of George Lanyo. Up to Breck Johnson. Pressure on Breck from the back. Breck's trying to maneuver through three players. Wasn't able to quite get there. Ellis able to steal from the back. Tries to skate it through. Lost it in his feet. And now Waterloo has it back skating into the zone. Block shot into the corner. Yeah, and Sebring was able to then knock it to Jackson Jerf. Jackson Jerf has it in the corner, tries to pass it, but is knocked into a Waterloo stick. DJ able to block another shot. Puck comes back across into the corner. DJ in hot pursuit, able to wedge it off, knock it out of the defensive zone. That was heels off for a change. Puck is back to DJ Elliott, knocks it back into the zone as he is under some heavy pressure. Waterloo tries to bring it in off of the Corbin's X stick. Corbin's able to try to get it down lower into the zone. Falls down. Liam Smith able to retrieve. Liam tries to wing it back up. Nobody home though. And two players end up falling down. Maverick trying to get the puck in deeper. Not able to. And we're going to have a penalty coming up on your Rough Riders for a body check on Maverick once they get control of the puck. And with the touch, Maverick Rasmussen is going to be going off for a body check on the near side boards. Power play for the Waterloo Blackhawks. Your Riders are going to be on the penalty kill. We're going to have DJ Elliott, Gavin Sebring, along with Jack Nettleson and Corbin Zek on the penalty kill. Face-off is won by Jack Nettleson into the corner. David Elliott with the puck. Brings it around to Gavin Sebring off of his stick. And it canceled in the corner. Not a lot of movement going on. Not sure where the puck is. Still in the corner. Players now falling down. Up to the point. Shot comes in off of David Elliott and into the corner. David now keeping the player out to the side. Shot in off of the goalie into the corner. Jack Nettleson with the puck tries to get it out of the zone. And now he's got another chance at a breakaway. We have 2-on-0 going. Jack Nettleson and Corbin Zek. Shot and goal. Four-handed goal for the Rough Riders on a great individual effort by Jack Nettleson. Able to get the steal, knock puck off of a player's stick, and able to skate it in for a breakaway goal. Great looking shorthanded opportunity for your Rough Riders there. We're now going to have David Elliott and George Samuel on D. Claire Donnelly and Brett Johnson out on the kill. Face-off is won by Claire Donnelly to the Waterloo defense. David with the puck, knocks it further behind the net. Couple of Waterloo players there as well, chips it over. Penalty is over. So everyone is back to full strength. Waterloo has it behind the net. DJ playing some good defense, keeping player to the outside. Player is, of course, much bigger than him. And the puck is frozen. Puck frozen. Your Riders are up 2-0 on the Waterloo Blackhawks. Face-off coming to the glove side of your goaltender, Iris Erickson. Jackson Jerf taking the face-off. Face-off is won to your Riders. And then stolen off of his stick. George Lanio in some chase to be able to get the puck back. Shot up over to Jackson Hunt. Jackson tries to sneak around, losing balance a little bit. Going into the corner hard. Able to knock it further behind the net to the other side. Waterloo trying to skate the puck out, but the net is off, so we're going to have a face-off in the Rough Riders offensive zone. Officials are putting the net back onto the pegs. We got Jackson Jerf out with Jackson Hunt and Flynn Hansen, along with DJ Elliott and Gavin Sebring on the defensive line. Face-off is 1-2 Riders. Jackson Hunt tries a backhand that doesn't get very far. Jackson Jerf able to keep it into the zone momentarily. Gavin Sebring's able to then bring it in. Pass over to Jackson Jerf for a one-time attempt. Doesn't get all of it though. Now there's a 3-on-2 coming from the Waterloo Blackhawks. Dumped in. David Elliott onto it first. Bounces it up to Flynn Hansen. Up to Jackson Jerf. Jerf able to get it in. And shot and goal! Back from Jackson Jerf. Didn't look pretty, but it was mighty effective. Your Rough Riders are up 3-0 on the Waterloo Blackhawks at this time. Issuing faceoff has Jack Kettleson along with Wyatt Monty and Jackson Baker. Waterloo has it in the zone. Jackson Baker tries to come up and steal it, but off of his stick, across in a puck race over to Maverick Rasmussen. Lost the race to the puck, but Waterloo is now able to bring it back in. Maverick Rasmussen playing some defense, trying to keep the puck off of the Waterloo player's stick, able to do so. And puck gets out of the zone to Jackson Baker. Jackson Baker trying to skate it in, but knocked off of his stick. Jack Kettleson able to knock the puck off of the stick. And now into the Waterloo defensive zone. They're trying to wind up some speed. Wyatt Monty applying some pressure. Puck goes into the middle, off of a stick. Waterloo brings it in deeper. Shot off of the pad to George Lanio. George misses the first time, able to knock it out the second time. Then up to Jack Kettleson. Jack Kettleson trying to skate it through, but off of his stick to a Waterloo player. Bounced in deep, and we've got an icing. A lot of game time left to go, but your Riders are playing arguably one of their best games of the season so far. Paradonkey now centering Ellis Palmer and Brett Johnson with Gavin Sebring and DJ Elliott on the defensive side. Puck comes around to the far side, escorted out by a Waterloo player to DJ Elliott. DJ loses a puck race and then falls, but manages to get up and get the puck back. DJ bounces it off the boards up to Ellis Palmer. Ellis chips it a little bit further. Now we got a puck race going. Not going to go far enough for icing. Paradonkey on the forward check off of the net. Brett Johnson able to steal it, but then bounce back out to DJ Elliott. Over to Gavin Sebring from the backhand, up to what looked like Paradonkey, but bounced over her stick, and then Waterloo brought it in offside. A full line change coming with about 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Jackson Jerf centering Corbin Zeck and Liam Smith with Maverick Rasmussen and George Lanio on D. Pays off one by Waterloo, but gets past their D. Jackson Jerf putting in some hot pursuit. Corbin Zeck setting up the forecheck well. Bounces over his stick to Maverick Rasmussen. Maverick is not able to control it. And then Waterloo bounces it deeper. Maverick Rasmussen with the puck. Turns it into a Waterloo player. Able to start skating it up. Off of his stick, though, to Jackson Jerf. Off of his stick to George Lanio. Gets it out of his zone. Puck over to Liam Smith. Now puck over to Corbin Zeck. Tries to get it back here. Doesn't get it all the way through. Maverick with a spot that I'm not sure that the goalie saw. Goes off beside the net. Puck now up again. Up to Maverick Rasmussen. Then over to Corbin Zeck. George Lanio with the puck. Tries to bring it back in. Able to navigate around. Hard shot into the goalie's breadbasket, but then off of him and bounce in front and stop. We have 10 seconds left in the first period. That is likely going to lead us to our first intermission before the face-off is able to be dropped. At the end of the first period, we have your Rough Riders 3 and the Waterloo Blackhawks 0. Rough Riders have come out playing very well so far, able to connect a lot of passes and playing much tighter in the defensive zone than we saw last weekend of the Danes. Teams are meeting with their coaches now. We've got about 35 seconds remaining in our intermission before the second period gets going. Your Rough Riders are going to have a short break between this game and their next game, as they will be playing the Dubuque Fighting Saints starting at about 11:30. One period in, though, we have the Rough Riders 3, the Waterloo Blackhawks 0. Going into the second period, we're going to have the Jack Peddleson at center, Lynn Hanson and Jackson Hunt on his wings, David Elliott and Gavin Sebring on D. Everyone's all lined up to the face-off. Pucky is down, won by Waterloo, back to their D. Jack Peddleson applying some pressure from the side. DJ Elliott's able to steal it. Jack Peddleson with the puck. Got some speed coming along the outside on his backhand. Puck is shot into the goalie, is loose. Trying to get it back out in front, but now it is frozen. Bunch of players ended up down on the ice afterwards. And now we're going to have a face-off over to the glove side of the Waterloo goalie. Donkey after this face-off with Liam Smith and Corbin Zek. Face-off won by Waterloo. Bounced it around to the other side. Liam Smith putting on some good pressure. Donkey with the steal. Passes it over to Maverick Rasmussen. Doesn't connect on the pass, though, and we're going to have a breakaway going the other way for Waterloo. Maverick's able to shut it off, though, blocking the pass across. Tries to get it back around, but doesn't quite make it there. Puck is up to Corbin Zek. Corbin with the puck. Tries to pass it over to Liam Smith, but a little bit behind it. Claire is going to get to it, though. She tries to knock it deeper, but it goes off of a Waterloo stick and to their player. Waterloo tries to get it up the boards. DJ's going to try to get there first, but missed it. Maverick Rasmussen also misses it. Waterloo player is going to be able to get it, but DJ is able to block the pass and stop that play in its tracks. Waterloo's kind of got it at the top of the zone. Liam Smith trying to win the puck. DJ Elliott then able to knock it off of the stick. Maverick with the puck. Tries to speed it through, but doesn't quite get there. Clara tries to get it. Shot off of the goalie. And DJ brought it over to the corner, but all of his players were not looking. DJ with that up again, but not quite out of the zone. Clara putting on some pressure. Back up to the point. Pucks up to DJ. DJ is able to get it out of the zone. And we have a tip, so no icing. Corbin needs to get on his horse to try to win the race to the puck, but he does not win it. Waterloo's able to get it. Puck comes back down to the other side. Gavin Sebring's able to retrieve the puck, gets it behind the net, and starts the breakout from there. Passes it up to Corbin Zek. Corbin misses it. And they're able to start skating it again. Gets dumped in by Corbin Zek on net. Jackson Jerk putting on some pressure. And then goes for a change. DJ gets the puck, tries to bounce it up to Wyatt Monty off of his skates. DJ attacks again, is able to knock the puck off. Jackson Jerk gets it into the corner, passes it into the middle. DJ's able to get it just out, and we have an offside. Things getting a little bit scrambled. The second period, long change. Ensuing face-off won by Waterloo. That comes back into the Riders' defensive zone. Maverick tries a long pass, doesn't connect. Shot from Waterloo goes outside of the net. Waterloo's able to be first on it. Jackson Jerk dumps the puck out. Jackson Baker in pursuit as the first forechecker. Pass comes around, trying to connect with the Waterloo player. Maverick Rasmussen is able to connect it, but we have an offside. Just about 12 minutes remaining in the second period. We've got an offside that just occurred. And Jack Heddleston, Brett Johnson, and Ellis Palmer line is out, along with DJ Elliott and Gavin Sebring. Face off won by Jack Heddleston, dumps it into the zone right to a Waterloo player. DJ tries to grab a puck, but it manages to elude him. Gavin Sebring grabs it, tries to pass it through a couple Waterloo players, not able to connect. Gavin tries again, passes it up to Brett Johnson. They're able to connect. Got a little bit of a 3-on-1 going on. Pass over to Ellis Palmer. And we've got a trip coming on Waterloo. Your Roughriders are going on their first power play of the day. We are going to have Jack Heddleston, Clara Donkey, Brett Johnson, Maverick Rasmussen, and Gavin Sebring out there. Face off won by Waterloo, gets it up to the point. And Gavin Sebring tries a shot in, but it is blocked. Maverick Rasmussen bounces it to the corner. Waterloo's able to grab it. Clara Donkey able to put on some hard pressure. And it is still stuck into the Waterloo zone. Waterloo's trying hard to get it out. Waterloo does manage to get it out over to Maverick Rasmussen. Maverick starting to skate it back in with some speed. Tries to pass it over to Brett Johnson. Doesn't quite get there. Gavin Sebring's able to keep it in the zone. Dumps it back in to Brett Johnson. Brett tries to get it into the front of the net, but it hits a Waterloo player. Knocked off of their stick, but able to then get out of the zone. Oh, Waterloo's coming with a 2-on-1 against Gavin Sebring. Gavin's able to reach out his stick and wand it away to the side, negating that chance. Maverick then able to push the puck out of the zone. Overskates it though, and Waterloo dumps it back in. Gavin Sebring's going to win the race to the puck. Off of his stick into the corner for Waterloo to grab it. Spins it back across. Jack Hellison's able to intercept it. Hard shot from Waterloo gets blocked in front. Shot goes over the net and onto the side. Gavin Sebring retrieves it, trying to get the breakout started. Misses the pass to Clara Donkey, and it looks like it is going to go far enough for icing. And the penalty to Waterloo is now over, so we are back to even strength. 9.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Your Roughriders are up 3-0 on the Waterloo Blackhawks. Baseball coming down to the glove side of the Riders goalie. Jackson Jerk centering this line. Face-off is controlled by your Roughriders. There's a race for the puck. DJ's able to cancel the person out. Then it manages to go to the person that just had fallen onto the ice. Puck's back into the Waterloo defensive zone. They try to pass across, but the defense is able to knock it out. Puck is on the net, but Iris is able to stop it. George stopped the pass across the front of the net. Pass goes out to Jackson Hunt. Jackson is able to grab it and then somewhat overskate. Tries to pass it up to Jackson Drew. Able to get it through. Puck goes into the middle, then up to DJ Elliott. DJ dumps it back in for an offside. Got a full line change coming. Clara Donkey is going to be taking the face off with Liam Smith and Corbin Zek. Face off won by Waterloo. Waterloo's coming in a 3-on-2. Cedar Rapids able to angle it off well. Maverick Rasmussen coming up with the puck. Bounces it over to Liam Smith. Unfortunately, he misses it, and it goes deeper into the zone. Liam tries to get it over to Clara Domke, but it doesn't quite connect. Back up to Gavin Sebring. Looks like we are not going to have an icing here. Gavin got it behind the net, trying to 1-2 the Riders. 1-2 the Riders. Waterloo's able to knock it off of their stick, though. George Lanio skating it up in a 4-on-2. George with a shot goes off of the goalie's pad. Water was able to get it up. We've got a 2-on-2, 3-on-2 scenario coming. Oh, and Riders weren't able to clear off the puck in front of the net, and Waterloo has scored. It is now 3-1. All right, ensuing faceoff is going to be Jackson Durf along with Brett Johnson and Ellis Palmer. Faceoff is 1-2 Waterloo. Waterloo trying to regroup in the neutral zone. Puck comes across. Missed by a Waterloo player. Missed by your Cedar Rapids player. Gavin Sebring coming up on the rush. Got one person to beat. Misses the puck and ends up getting no shot out of it. Gavin brings it back a little bit lower. And now Waterloo's coming out with some speed. Waterloo's got a 3-on-2 coming as your Riders are trying to get themselves reorganized. Brett Johnson steals the puck up to Ellis Palmer. Ellis trying to navigate through a stick, is able to retrieve it, dumps it into the zone for a nice change. Brett Johnson on the forecheck. Puck knocked off of the stick back into the neutral zone. Waterloo able to recover. Maverick and DJ on D. Puck off of the outside of net. DJ rings it around up to Brett Johnson. Brett up to Jackson Hunt. Jackson off of his stick. Now further in, Clara Donkey going to get the puck. Clara has it behind the net. Tries to pass it out in front. Doesn't find anyone. Clara bounces it to the front of the net again, and unfortunately, it only finds a Waterloo stick. George tries to keep it in. And then Waterloo is able to retrieve. Waterloo skating it back down. Shot from Waterloo and goal. It's 3-2. 3.5 minutes remaining in the second period. This is getting to be a really close game here. Okay, ensuing face-off won by Waterloo. Shot bounced off of the side of the net. Pass tried to go up to Jack Kettleson, but didn't manage to connect to anything. Waterloo's able to get it back into the zone. Maverick Rasmussen on the puck. Stops behind the net. Tries to bounce it up, but doesn't get the bounce that he's looking for. And Waterloo's got the puck. Now stolen by Gavin Sebring. Gavin skating it up. Got a 3-on-2 developing. Bounce off of Gavin's stick, and now we got an odd man rush heading the other way. Jack Kettleson able to use the body a little bit to knock the Waterloo player off balance. Puck tries to go up to Jack Kettleson, bounced over his stick. Corbin Zek trying to get the puck. Jack trying to get it as well. And bounce back. And now we're coming back again. DJ bounces it off of his foot. And the Cedar Rapids Roughriders is able to get it out of the zone. And we're at another onside play. Everyone's got to keep skating hard here as Cedar Rapids able to get it out from the front of their net. The Waterloo putting on a lot of pressure here off of the blocker down to the corner. Gavin Sebring doesn't get all of that clearing attempt. And so now pucks back behind the net. DJ first two, bounces it around more to Liam Smith. Liam loses the race to the puck. Jack Kettleson able to knock it off of the Waterloo player. Liam trying to get it up, and it doesn't quite get all the way there. DJ Elliott back, first person on the puck, bounces it around to the other side. Corbin Zek trying to get it. Wedged off with the puck. Puck goes back low. DJ with it. Trying the other side again. Up to Liam Smith. Liam misses it. And looks like we're going to not have an icing, but everyone can try a fire wagon change. As the puck got in deep. DJ tries to bounce it out, but doesn't quite get there. DJ with a good stick again. Tries to get it in. Puck's off the back of the net. DJ clears it around again. Trying to get it out. Doesn't get a lot of help from his winger, though. Now it's connected to your Cedar Rapids player. Liam Smith able to get the puck into the zone. Tries to pass it across. Off to Jackson Baker. Does not connect. George brings it in offside. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Your Roughriders are leading 3-2. First period was owned by the Roughriders. Second period has been owned by the Waterloo Blackhawks. It'll be interesting to see how the third period comes out. We have about 15 seconds remaining in the second. Face off one deep into the Waterloo defensive zone. Waterloo tries to clear it out. Gets past everybody. We got 5 seconds remaining. Maverick able to keep it out of the zone. And then gets deeper. And we are into our second intermission. Your Roughriders are leading the Waterloo Blackhawks 3-2. 1 minute intermission here as the teams take a little bit of a breath on the benches. Teams are going to get their instructions from their coaches. Everyone's going to take a big deep breath. We've got a very important third period coming up for your Roughriders, still in search of their first victory of the season. Roughriders generally doing well in this game. First period played with a lot of purpose and a lot of very purposeful plays. Second period, a little bit more loosey-goosey, a little bit less purpose, and that's where the game is turned on them. All right, your second intermission is over. We're going into the third period. This will be a stop clock period for 12 minutes. So we will see how this goes for your Roughriders teams. Starting line for your riders for this period is going to be Jack Kettleson, centering Ellis Palmer and Breck Johnson. DJ Elliott and Gavin Sebring playing deep. Waterloo missing one player. Now that we're all out here, we're going to get started in this period. Face off 1-2 your Roughriders, but then knocked off of Jack Kettleson's stick. Ellis Palmer tries to pass it up to Jack, but it only finds a Waterloo player. Breck was able to knock it off of Waterloo's stick. Johnson with the puck now. Trying to do a little pass to himself. Looks like it might be a little bit too hard. Maybe not. Breck putting in some good forward-checking pressure. Oh, Breck tries to put it in himself and only finds goalie. Breck with another shot off of the goalie. Roughriders first to the puck. Ellis Palmer tries to get in. Shot from Jack Kettleson, still loose. Up to Maverick Rasmussen. Maverick's able to knock it back to himself. Breck puts it back into the middle. Jack Kettleson with the backhander wide. Ellis Palmer with the puck. Knocked off of his stick by Waterloo. And now Waterloo's going to break into the neutral zone with some speed. Shot goes over the net to Maverick Rasmussen. Maverick bounces it. DJ able to play a little bit of goalie and stop the puck. Waterloo tries to bounce it over to the side. Jack Kettleson with some pressure. Onto the goalie. Covered. Iris Erickson covers the puck up. After things get a little bit squirrely for your Rough Riders, having a hard time getting it out of their zone. But got a full line change and no harm, no foul. Defensive zone faceoff is won by Waterloo. Shot goes wide of the net. Maverick able to grab the puck, bounces it off the board. It's going to be too far and an icing. 10.5 minutes remaining in the third period here for your Rough Riders. Going to need to take much better care of the puck if they hope to get out of here with a victory. Face off 1 to your Riders, but off of a skate. Still stuck in the defensive zone, off of a couple of skates. George Lanio taking it behind the net. Bounces it up to Flynn Hansen. Flynn with the puck. Able to try to make a play. George Lanio with a hard clear that ends up too far. And we've got another icing. 10 minutes remaining in the third period here. Full line change coming. Going to have DJ and Gavin on D. And looks like Jerk, Zach, and Smith out there. Face-off is won by Jackson Jerk into his feet. Ensuing shot comes in, stopped by your Rough Riders goaltender. Shot back in, clear behind the net to a Waterloo player. Liam Smith tries to clear it out to nobody. Puck goes back into the corner. Corbin Zek able to get it out of the zone to a Waterloo player. Puck goes back into the neutral zone. Off of a Waterloo stick, and now it's going to be icing Waterloo. 9:24 remaining in the third period. Play is getting very, very choppy here as kids are getting a little bit tired and just hitting the puck instead of making some plays. Jack Kettleson is now centering Jackson Baker and Wyatt Monty. Gavin Sebring and DJ Elliott on D. Face-off is controlled by Waterloo. Waterloo skating it into the zone. DJ having a real battle on his hands as he picked about the tallest Waterloo player to try to win a race against, but they were able to make a pretty simple play for Iris Erickson to be able to cover the puck. 9 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third period here. Getting a change on the D line. Face off one back to George Lanyo. George with some nice patience behind the net. Looking for a pass. Tries to get it out of the zone to Wyatt, but it was a little bit hot for him to handle. Waterloo's able to bring it back in. Waterloo dumps it into the zone. Maverick going to be first on it. Off of his stick to a Waterloo player. Waterloo tries to clear it in front of the net. And covered. Iris with a couple of saves in close and able to get that puck covered. 8 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the third period. A lot of very, very choppy play so far. A lot of icings, a lot of stoppages. Let's hope we get a little bit more of a run play here and be able to let these kids show off what they can do. Face off won by Waterloo, but it goes out of the zone. Cedar Rapids putting on some pressure with Claire Donkey. Misses the puck though. And Waterloo's able to just about get it into the zone. Gavin Sebring is going to be first onto the puck. Navigates around the first Waterloo player. Able to continue skating hard. He's going to lead the rush up the ice. Shot goes off side of the net. Claire Donkey first to it. Puts it into a Waterloo player's stick. And then Breck Johnson comes in to steal the puck. Claire is able to knock it off of the stick again. Roughriders leaving a bit of a big gap here on the defensive side. Gavin Sebring able to steal the puck. Gets it again. Tries to pass it up. Up a little bit of a hard pass from Claire Donkey, and it's going to be too far and an icing. 7 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the third period. Here, your Riders clinging to a 3-2 lead. No team able to really get a lot of good offensive time yet. Going to have Jerk, Hunt, and Baker out there. Baker with the puck right now, trying to navigate a couple of sticks beside him. George Lanyo with a swing and a miss. Puck up to Jackson Hunt in a race for the puck. Able to get it deeper. Jackson Baker going to be your first forechecker on this one. Maverick Rasmussen able to keep it in deep. Coming back around the other side, Jackson Baker again going to be first Rough Rider near the puck. Able to stop it. And Waterloo is able to bring it out with some speed here. Puck goes over to George Lanyo. George is not quite able to get it out of the zone, but Waterloo's not able to get it deep either. Waterloo now has it a little bit in the center. Pass goes up. Jackson Hunt doesn't quite grab it. Puck is stuck in the neutral zone a little bit. And Waterloo coming in with a pass that gets blocked by Rasmussen behind the net. Maverick's first one in the puck. Tries to bounce it up to Liam Smith. Liam's able to get it chipped, not quite out of the zone. DJ able to steal the puck, throw it back out to the corner. Liam Smith first on it, tries to bounce it out, but it goes right to him. We're playing a lot of tennis here. And we have an offside. 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third period. Would really like to see your Rough Riders hold on to the puck there and make a purposeful pass. But last they're 11 and 12 years old, so a little bit of pressure being felt. Face off won by Jack Kettleson. Waterloo is able to win a race to the puck. Puck goes behind the net to DJ Elliott. Passes it up to Corbin Zach. Corbin brings it a little bit further. Waterloo able to stay onside. Pass goes across. Waterloo not able to connect. Cedar Rapids blocking a lot of pucks here. Corbin Zek has it knocked off of his stick. DJ able to grab the puck. Jack Kettleson tries to bring it up. And Waterloo has it back in the middle. DJ able to knock it off the stick. Backhands it out of the zone. Corbin tries to win a race there. Doesn't quite win it. Waterloo dumps it into the zone. And DJ able to get it out of the zone and get an offside. 5 minutes and 1 second remaining in the third period here. Cedar Rapids needs to have more purpose with the puck if they hope to get out of this one. A lot of hope plays here. A lot of times they could be crossing it across the other side of the ice to get a better play. George Lanyo hits the puck down. Looks like it is going to go far enough, and we have an icing. Like we've been saying, very choppy third period of play here. Unlike the first period, that was incredibly fast moving, and that unfortunately does not play to your Rough Riders' strengths. Player Domke on the faceoff. 1-2 Waterloo. Stolen by Breck Johnson. Over to Ellis Palmer, leading a rush in. Ellis dumps it in. Breck Johnson, your first person on the puck. Waterloo's able to get through that forecheck and into the zone. It's a little bit of a 4-on-2 here. Puck does manage to get through. Puck back into the middle. George Lanyo in the country, block a shot that Iris manages to grab. 4:23 remaining in the third period. Your Riders leading by the tips of their fingernails on this 3-2 lead. They keep playing like this. I'm not sure I'm going to have any fingernails left from having a 2 on them so much. Jack Peddleson out there with Jackson Hunt, Jackson Baker, DJ Elliott, and Gavin Sebring. Waterloo's able to win the puck. Shot saved by Iris. One of the best players for Waterloo was able to get a little bit loose in the face-off circle. Got a hard shot on that Iris was able to just swallow up. Jack Peddleson on the ensuing face-off. One back to DJ Elliott. DJ who is up to the line, but not out. Jackson Hunt able to then get it out. Jackson with a shot that goes off side of the net. Comes around hard. Waterloo's going to get to it first. Puck over to Gavin Sebring. Gavin up to Jack Peddleson. Jack Peddleson skates it in. Canceled out by a Waterloo player. Puck deflected off of Jackson Hunt. They trying to get it up to Jackson Baker off of his stick. Jack Peddleson trying to get through, manages to steal the puck back. Tries to center it, doesn't quite get there. Waterloo coming in on a 3-on-2. With their best player, manages to get through, and there is a goal. We now have a tie game. 3 minutes remaining in the third period here. 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. The Rough Riders did not keep possession of the puck and ends up in the back of the net. Face off is one back to your Rough Riders D, but bounces into the defensive zone. Rough Riders getting another opportunity here. Corbin Zek coming in with Liam Smith. Shot is off of the goalie. And Waterloo is going to end up winning a race back to it. Gavin Sebring gets the puck, bounces it back up to Corbin Zek. Corbin gets it into the zone off of his skates. Liam Smith able to keep it into the zone. Jackson Jerk trying to put on some pressure off of some skates. Liam Smith trying to win a race into the zone. Now back into the neutral zone where it's to Gavin Sebring. Gavin up to Corbin Zek. Off of his stick to Jackson Jerk. Jackson Jerk with it. Knocked off of his stick to the half boards. Lock shot. And now puck is into the zone. Stopped by Iris Erickson. And we've got a face-off with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the third period here. Your score is tied. In a tie game here. Jack Ellison taking a face off. One back to Waterloo. Couple shots getting blocked. Gavin Sebring trying to get the puck out. Ends up on the half boards. Ellis Palmer with the puck. Having some good patience with it. Passes it across. And it is an onside play. Up to Maverick Rasmussen. Knocked off of his stick. And we've got a penalty coming on your Roughriders. Penalty coming to your Roughriders at 1:24 remaining in the third period. Maverick Rasmussen is going back to the box. It's time for tripping. Your Riders are likely going to finish this game on the penalty kill. Waiting for Waterloo to send their line out here. Face off one back to the corner. Waterloo able to be first on it. Puck off to the back of the net. Puck deflected by DJ. Still there. Puck's now in Gavin Sebring's capable hands. He's starting to bring it up. Keeping it nicely to the side. Zach Kettleson able to then steal the puck. It's stolen back by Waterloo. Pass back into the Waterloo zone. Shot off of Iris Erickson into the corner. 45 seconds remaining. Gavin Sebring with the puck. Tries to bounce it up. Only finds a Waterloo stick, though. Waterloo player dancing in the corner. Gavin able to steal it from him. And off of the boards. And we're going to have fair play here. Blair Zamke able to force it deeper into the zone. Gavin is hurting a little bit, so he's going to go off. And now we've got 15 seconds remaining. Waterloo's coming in on a rush. Shot off of the goalie. And we've got a goal against. Your Riders are now down 4-3 with 10 seconds remaining. Face off one to the Riders. However, Waterloo was first on it. Off of Iris's head into the corner. And that is your game. Final. Waterloo 4, Cedar Rapids 3. We will have a short little break here before we go into game 2. Thank you all for joining us.